If you guys would like cheap FIFA 16 Ultimate Team coins or PlayStation and Xbox codes, check out IG Vault, link in the description. Of course, do not forget to use the discount code in the description for 5% off. Hey guys, Footy Manager TV here. Welcome to episode number 26 of my Manchester United FIFA 16 Career Mode series. And yes, today we shall be getting into the second season. You guys really wanted this. I questioned it in the last episode and you guys smashed over 1,000 likes. That definitely surprised me, and a lot of comments as well. I like reading comments. That's something I like to focus on a lot because I want to see your guys' feedback, the people that are actually watching my videos, what you think of them. And yeah, there was a lot of positivity and a lot of people showing their love for the series, and I always love to see that because it really motivates me to keep going and making quality videos. If I see people that are really invested in a certain series, certain type of videos, it makes me really want to make good videos for those people. So appreciate that. And even you guys who don't comment, like I get a few thousand views on every video, but maybe around 100 comments. So there's a lot of people that don't watch. So I really appreciate people, taking their time out of their day to watch, my content that I produce. I think that's absolutely amazing that just a few people would do that, let alone thousands. But anyway, the board congratulates us on a great season, finishing first, even though it was a bit of a letdown in the Champions League and the Domestic Cup, both FA Cup and Capital One Cup. I suppose we could have done a bit better in. But looking back on the season as a whole, it was really successful in terms of seeing the signs for the future. We didn't actually end up winning a competition, so some people may not think it's successful. But seeing where we're going to go from this season forward now, really exciting because players only getting better, younger types we have, and better signings coming into the team. Obviously getting some decent backing now, 67.5 million and a handsome wage budget. And we got Zlatan Ibrahimovic joining and Carrillo with 5-star skill. So some nice players coming in on pre-contracts. But we do have league objectives of winning the title and also before that to win the Domestic Cup as well. So FA Cup or Capital One Cup. So big expectations there. But moving on now, De Gea, he was awarded the best goalkeeper in the Champions League and in the league, wasn't it as well? He just had an amazing season. He had an amazing season, and I really don't want to sell him. He's going to help us win Champions League, help us win the league, hopefully this season. And you can see the fixtures are announced. We shall be playing West Brom in the first game of the Premier League season. So one of our scouts are available again to send out for a scouting assignment for youth players. Obviously, we had an okay season in terms of bringing talents in. Obviously, our best prospect, Azevedo, was Scout a Future Star. And our probably best English guy we have coming through is Gibbons, the 15-year-old defensive midfielder. There's a few others, like Conceição, who ended up leaving. The problem. If you missed it, go ahead and watch towards the end of the last episode. But yeah, we'll move on from those kind of things. And we've got a few lads in the team that are going to be all right. But George Gibbons, like I talk about, 61 overall for a 15-year-old. That's pretty handsome. He could maybe get to 70 by the time he's 18 and get him into the first team then and actually start playing some games when he's maybe 17 or 18. What do you think about that? But yeah, this is what I do usually at the start of a new season. I transfer list players and loan list players that are not needed. Some players are actually still out on loan, so they'll come back and we'll decide their future. Tyler Blackett, he's going to need another loan spell. And also Romero, I'm going to transfer list him because we do have two other goalkeepers. One could prove to back up to De Gea because did I use De Gea in every single game last season? He never got injured. Goalkeepers basically never get injured. Well, it's rare. It's rare they do. Sometimes they may pick up a knock or something, but they never generally have a big injury. I think I may have once got a big injury for a goalkeeper in career mode history in the past few years. Januzaj came back as well. I really like Januzaj, but in FIFA, he's only got 55 stamina. So originally, I was 50-50. Maybe I could sell him, but then I thought maybe I could train him on his stamina. I think there's at least one training drill that improves the stamina. Ashley Young as well. I think he's going to be on the outer. Just guys like Felipe Anderson and Memphis Depay have more about themselves as players. Also Raul Azevedo coming through. Carrillo coming in on a pre-contract. So a lot of wingers coming into the team and that are already at the team that should really make sure he wouldn't even get into the team. Januzaj as well. So I think it'll be the right move, and maybe we could use the money, if we do eventually sell Ashley Young, elsewhere. Maybe we need backup fullbacks, maybe centre mid as well. Rooney, Schweinsteiger's getting older, and just a general backup player as well. But Cristiano Ronaldo, I was requested to sign him so many times in the first season, like when I wasn't even in a transfer window. But as you can see, even at 31, he's valued a lot, and Real Madrid requesting somewhere around 70 million, which is really insane. That's basically our transfer budget. So I don't want to waste it all. So we'll chuck in Ashley Young plus 50 million. I don't think that will get accepted. I thought that was offering a lot by itself, but they're probably going to be requesting a lot more. So you can see there, as I said, with Januzaj, going to be training him on some relative attributes to his position, along with the stamina. You can see the stamina improves much more because it's a lower attribute. That's what you got to focus. That's why I don't train really older players in the first team, because they don't improve much in the attributes. Lower attributes improve more. But this is a time where we get a preseason invite, and I've been thinking about this a lot, like after the first season, going to the second season now, whether to just sim these. I actually asked on Twitter, a lot of other YouTube guys said they just simulate, and just other guys who play FIFA for fun, I suppose. You don't make YouTube videos. Yeah, a lot of people just simulate it from the second season, as it kind of gets old after one season. I can understand doing it in the first season, but then, yeah, second season, I really want to focus on these transfers and getting them in. So those will be just simulated, and there'll be much more to talk about on those games very, very soon. But look at that. The board expects us to win the Champions League. So they want us to do the treble pretty much. Win FA Cup or Capital One Cup, and then win the league and win Champions League. Well, we did sign Ibrahimovic, and we got Carrillo in, a 5-star skiller as well. I reckon our squad, and not taking into account the signings I'm going to make now, I could have gone the way of saying, yeah, the expectations are too high. Oh no, we're not going to do that. But I'm actually convinced. I'm convinced we can do that. But look at this here. We have 3 subs. I have no idea how this happened. I don't know whether it's a bug in the game, because it's pre-season. I can't even utilize the new feature EA talked about, where you can do all the subs anyway. You can only have 3 on the bench for whatever reason. But anyway, that really frustrated me at the time. But as you can see here, Real Madrid, they are requesting 101 million for Cristiano Ronaldo. In the message, it said 93 because it was taking into account Ashley Young's value, like 11 million onto that. But yeah, basically 101 million, we don't have that money. So I did want to showcase in the video me trying to sign Ronaldo and just how much they want, in case people keep requesting to sign him. And look at that on Gibbons. He's a center defensive mid, so he's already have some decent defensive attributes. So really want to work on that vision, and I guess short passing as well. It's okay, 61, but improving that vision, it will make him a really good deep lying playmaker. Really, like that kind of player. I'm used to that kind of position. Obviously, in Football Manager, if you play Football Manager, there's a role called deep lane playmaker. But it's a general term in football anyway. But yeah, that's the kind of a type I want to develop him into. That's obviously good defensively already, but I want to improve his creative ability, and so he just doesn't become one of those defensive guys. He can be a bit creative as well. Maybe like a Schweinsteiger type that can play deep, but can still be creative while still being good defensively. But look at these substitutes. We can only put 3. I know we have an insane amount of players out on international duty, but look, James Wilson-Keane, I tried to put him there. Like, I tried to go across, try to show you there, but I couldn't simply do it. I was pretty mad already with the amount of players. So that's 2 big negatives. The amount of players we have on international duty, and then, yeah, for whatever reason, could I have only 3? But if you look at Dortmund, they had the same problem as well. So it must be a rule. I don't know. As you can see, we smash them 4-0 though. Carrillo scoring 2 goals. Fantastic. But, yeah, even Dortmund had that problem. So I wanted to make sure of that as well. So there must be something going on there. If you know what that is, I don't really know though, because I've never ever seen that before. But obviously, with this new feature in the game, there's bound to be weird things happening because it is EA at the end of the day. But you can see we still have that huge transfer budget. If we're not going to spend big on Ronaldo, we're going to have to sign a lot of players, and I prefer to do that. A fullback is exactly what we need that can play both positions. Again, I was talking about that on Twitter. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, because I actually ask for things from you guys. Ask for who to sign, what kind of players to sign, just general tips for career mode as well. So if you want maybe some of your suggestions, whether it be players or tactics, formations, whatever else I can think of at the time, whatever I need, maybe some guidance on, you can leave your feedback if you're on Twitter at the time, I suppose. But yeah, a guy like Mattia De Sciglio is exactly someone I need, who can fight. He's not just like a young guy with high potential or something that's just going to be backup. He can make Luke Shaw and Darmian work for their roles. But there's a few guys who are just transfer listing there. And then I went on Lingard. His contract's running out at the end of the season, so I do want to give him a chance. I don't think he's too bad, though. Like 73, he can make an impact. But the question is, where do we play him? He's got low defensive work rate, so I'm not really sure about playing him centre mid. And he's really weak as well. Maybe one of the inside forward positions. Andreas Pereira, really exciting, though 70 overall, still only 20 years of age as well. He's got high attacking work rate. And again, I feel him and Lingard, I feel they're more suitable to the inside forward positions opposed to the centre mid positions. But leave your thoughts, what you think about that as well, because they're not really like a Schweinsteiger or Rooney type to play centre mid, who are a bit more stronger, good in the tackle. But yeah, that's basically it. Leave your thoughts on any guys that I shouldn't sell, maybe I shouldn't send out on loan, but I really want to get game time into younger guys who are clearly not going to be playing with all these big players, and considering signings are going to make as well. Leave your thoughts for signings suggestions as well. I've got heaps of money. Where should I spend it? Leave in the comments, drop a like on the video, and I'll see you guys in the very next one.